everybody, welcome back to another episode of 5 Minute Gaming News, the show that may or may not be 5 minutes. Today in the news, it's Monday. I try to keep it light and easy breezy on a Monday, but today we got some big stuff. Microsoft says it's ready to fight the FTC in court if it doesn't approve the acquisition of Activision Blizzard. In a recent Politico article from late last month, the Federal Trade Commission here in the States looked like it would file an antitrust lawsuit against Microsoft in its efforts to take over Activision Blizzard. The lawsuit would be the FTC's biggest move yet under Chair Lina Khan to rein in the power of the world's largest technology companies. It would also be a major black mark for Microsoft, which has positioned itself as a white knight of sorts on antitrust issues in the tech sector after going through its own grueling regulatory antitrust battles around the world more than 2 decades ago. But as the article says, the FTC is still investigating and are not willing to comment at the moment. But according to Bloomberg, this means that if Microsoft wants the deal, they would have to duke it out in the courts. And you best believe Sony would eat that up. According to Bloomberg's source, in the event that the FTC does file a lawsuit, Microsoft is gearing up to contest the decision. According to antitrust analyst Jennifer Rye, a court fight would be hard for the FTC to win, and Microsoft could win out, though the legal battle could push the deal beyond Microsoft's expected completion date of June 30th, 2023. And for us normies, that really doesn't mean all that much, but in the world of investors and stocks and all that stuff, that could be big. Meanwhile, Activision Blizzard's CCO has also said the company won't hesitate to fight to make sure Microsoft is successful in acquiring it. A New York Post article cited that of the FTC 4-person panel, 2 may be willing to side with Xbox. This reportedly would not be ideal for FTC Chair Lina Khan, Video Games Chronicle says, as insiders claim she was looking to potentially either block the deal or take it to court in order to show the FTC's dedication to reining in the power of large tech companies. So here we are again, talking about things I never thought we'd be talking about, and then deep diving it, and it's still not over? The console war marches on! In other news, next year's looking wild, y'all. So I woke up today, and the first thing I saw was the release date leak of Star Wars Jedi Survivor, the follow-up to the incredibly fun Fallen Order, and according to the Steam page, it was going to be released in March 2023. But then quickly was taken down, as I assume they probably wanted to save that for the Game Awards on Thursday. And while this really doesn't mean anything in the grand scheme of things, it does mean that like every year recently, February and March seem to be game after game after game. And while I understand it from a business standpoint, people are finally willing to spend money again after the holiday. I get that. It's still insane that so many big games drop roughly at the same time every year. We just saw that this past November. So if this is legit and the game comes out in March, that means now I'm thinking about how am I going to find the time to play Octopath and the new Destiny and the Resident Evil 4 remake and this and all the other games that I can't even think about right now because so many games are coming out. And I'm like, I'm glad we have choice. I mean, that's very nice, but it's overwhelming. You all know it's overwhelming, right? Thankfully, the more immediate releases are less so. Tomorrow, Hello Neighbor 2 spies up all on you with its advanced AI neighbors. Something weird's going on in your seemingly quiet town, and it's up to you to investigate. Become the investigative journalist of your dreams and dig for dirt on your neighbors, but don't get caught. Expect to see many streams and YouTube videos on this one. As for a horror game, it's a pretty family-friendly affair. Then on the 8th, Chained Echoes, the retro-style JRPG with both dragons and mecha suits, comes to draw you back into a world of fantasy and 16 bits. Somehow channeling both Xenogears and Chrono Trigger in the best way, with music to match. It seems to be an homage of all your favorite games of yesteryear, and honestly, I'm here for it. Then, on the 9th, speaking of JRPG, Dragon Quest Treasures, a kinda spin-off of Dragon Quest XI, takes you on an adventure into the treasure-filled world of Draconia. Playing as a brother and sister duo, you must journey across the lands in search of loot, joined by little cute companions and various party members and monsters you can send out on their own missions. Basically, if you're a Dragon Quest fan and your name is probably Alex Fossiani, you are picking this one up. Speaking of picking it up, I have no idea where I'm going with this. you should pick yourself up and convince a friend to subscribe to youtube.com/Jesse Cox, this channel. We're so close to 1 million, and it would mean the world to me if we could get there, just cuz. Anyway, that's it. Thanks so much. See you tomorrow for another episode, 5 Minute Gaming News.